Government grants are always welcome for a business. In this video, Dean provides more information about the Research and Development Tax Incentive.
We're going to develop a new product. Does the government offer any assistance?
There's a number of government assistance available, but I'd like to focus on the R&D Tax Incentive. This is for new products and encourages companies to engage in R&D that benefits Australia, and you get a tax offset for this. Now, there's some basic conditions that you need to substantiate. These must be in a company structure. The expenditure needs to be over 20,000 in each individual financial year, and it's a development of new knowledge in an experimental and systematic way.
What are the benefits of the R&D tax incentive?
Now, the R&D tax incentive provides a benefit depending on the aggregated turnover of the company undertaking the R&D. Now, if your aggregated turnover is less than 20 million in a financial year, you can get the refundable tax offset. Now, this is your corporate tax rate plus an 18.5% premium. Now, this can help with cash flow, enable further injection of funds to continue the R&D activities. If, however, your aggregate turnover in that financial year is greater than 20 million, it's a non-refundable tax offset. So this is your corporate tax rate plus an incremental premium. Now, the premiums increment are based on your R&D intensity. Now, this is a percentage of your eligible R&D expenditure as a proportion of your total expenditure for that financial year. Now, this is a two-tier rate. The first rate is your corporate tax rate plus 8.5% premium, and the second rate is your corporate tax rate plus 16.5% premium, and that is based on the R&D intensity for that year.
What are the application requirements and are there restrictions?
So there are a number of requirements to apply for the R&D tax incentive. Now, the R&D tax incentive is administered by two bodies, the ATO and Department of Industry, Innovation and Science, to deal with the R&D tax incentive. Activities must be registered 10 months after the financial year end. That is usually by the 30th of April the following year. Registrations are through the online R&D portal. The key thing is documentation to substantiate the R&D that's been undertaken, and this is a key part of the programme. Generally, the R&D activities must be connected and conducted in Australia. Outcomes cannot be known or determined in advance and based on current knowledge, information or experience. Restrictions? Well, there are a few restrictions around it, and they break the R&D down into core and supporting activities, and there's restrictions on what can be core activities. This could be market research, exploration, or limitations on software for internal use. So that just needs to be assessed to determine what is eligible and what is not.
The R&D tax incentive has helped a number of companies to afford significant research and development projects. Talk to your advisor to see if your business qualifies.